Hey guys, decided to go to the beach this morning since today is my basically off day from the gym and walking day. I could do cardio today, but I'm not doing a body part and so forth. And yeah, so I'm here. Wow. It's a bit of a cloudy day, but it was amazing to see as the sun started to rise, which I still can't see the sun, but it's behind the clouds, that suddenly clouds were appearing that I didn't know was there. It just looked like complete dark, complete blackness. And as the sun started to rise, all of a sudden I started to, clouds started to appear like if they just appeared out of thin air. And it was really magnificent to see. If you guys don't take out the time to go to the beach, to pray, to write down your goals and so forth, I highly recommend. More so because a mentor told me this once, so I'm not going to take credit for it, but when you see the vastness of the ocean, just like other beautiful nature things like a huge mountain range or a waterfall, natural waterfall and so forth, when you see just such amazing creations that have that a man didn't create, that is by nature, it reminds you of the vastness and magnificence and just power of God. So then it is easier to not be bogged down by your own problems or issues in life, to clear your mind and in faith believe and pray about the things in your life. So here I am, and it's been great. I had just such a powerful time. I'm sorry, my hair has not been great in these last videos, but luckily, it's not a beauty contest. Anyway, that doesn't matter. I had such a powerful time talking to the Lord. It was great. So, with that said, I had a revelation today that I want to share, and it is a continuation of yesterday's talk on paradigm shift. And that revelation was pretty interesting, and it was that, first of all, going back to the paradigms, if something shocks you, you need to sit and think about it and test your beliefs with information. If your beliefs are strong, are good, hold weight, is truth, nothing will dismantle them, or hard to dismantle, right? Not easily swayed. But I just had a thought, and I keep encountering individuals who are afraid of these pieces of information, because would be a complete paradigm shift. It's like you grew up believing something your entire life, and suddenly that's wrong. It's like, I've been wrong my whole life. Hey, I've been wrong a lot of other things, okay? But I'm open to learning and growing, and all I want is everything God has for me. All I want is truth. One of my prayers this morning was not to be so entrenched in some of my ideas that I won't hear truth. I want truth. We can be so entrenched in some of our perceptions and things that we think are true that we won't hear. We won't have ears to hear, and I don't want to get in trouble in that area. And we all have that weakness. So it's literally a prayer of mine. So anyway, the revelation I felt was that it's easy to be entrenched in a position while misinformed when most people agree with that position. So you hear so many things, here's an example. That pro-choice is good and pro-choice equals women's rights. First of all, pro-choice is not women's rights. Abortion actually harms women. We could talk about that another day, but pro-choice equaling women's rights is just good marketing. But if you're a person who hasn't really thought through the issue of abortion and seen, like I said in the last video, how many minorities are killed by abortion over other races, and what does that do to the community, future voters, so forth. If you see what are the statistics of depression and other things after a woman commits abortion, if you see factual information and you dig into it and really learn, you might have a different position. However, if you ask most people in the street, especially people in school, which, by the way, Planned Parenthood is the provider of most sexual education in school. So who benefits from sexual promiscuity and a lot of abortions? Planned Parenthood, because they make a lot of money. I mean, that's just a fact. But the point is, if you ask most people on the street, most people in schools, most people on a college campus, they're going to say, I'm pro-choice, I'm pro-choice, I'm pro-choice, I'm pro-choice. And they have not dug into the issue. They are misinformed for the most part. They don't know anything. They just know what's been marketed to them all these years, and the repetition becoming truth, but it's not necessarily true. And they sit here and it's like, you'll present new facts, you'll present new information, and oftentimes some people get super entrenched. And it's like, boom, suddenly I had a revelation that it's easy to be entrenched in a position that most people agree with, even if you're misinformed. You don't even have to back it up. Wow, really dangerous. But I just wanted to share that because, again, it's about confronting oneself to really dig into one's beliefs, opinions, against facts, science, arguments. What are the various arguments? What is the opposing position to your position? Why do they feel that way? Those are the things that we should be thinking through, and we should be trying to dismantle some of our thinking, again, because if it is truth, it will hold up. And if it isn't, well then, hello, you want to believe a lie for the rest of your life? Be misinformed for the rest of your life? Make decisions out of misinformation? Misguided? Most of the worst things that happen on earth, a lot of them come through misguided compassion. So literally compassionate people wanting to do good and actually doing bad because it was misguided. Do you want to be that? And that comes from ignorance and misinformation. I had another point I wanted to hit at. Okay, here's a point that really might bother somebody, but just an example. I know many people who hate President Trump just because of what the media has told them he's saying, he's doing, and so forth, and they don't really know what he's saying, what he's doing. They don't. Here's an example. Apparently, when he talked in Charlottesville and there was the protesters protesting for the stupid Confederate statue and protesters against, both peaceful, and then there was the extreme left and extreme right, anti-fascist people, and then there was the extreme right, the neo-Nazis, that actually harmed a woman, killed a woman with a car or something crazy. The president literally condemned the neo-Nazis. The president said that the peaceful protesters were good people on both sides. The ones who wanted to keep the statue and the ones who didn't want to, just exercising their right to free speech and coming out there peacefully protesting. And he condemned the neo-Nazis. And all the articles and everything released, to this day, I hear stuff about this. This was in Charlottesville. All the articles, everything released was not what he actually said. It said he said neo-Nazis are good people. That was an outright lie. But guess what? Who was there? Who was there to hear the whole talk? Does the media put the whole speech on where we can access it. No, they take one bit and they make a lie and everybody believes it. So the only reason I bring that up is that I know many people who hate the president, and it's not based on any kind of fact. It's just based on what's been marketed. They don't know what's going on with the market. They don't know what policy changes. Apparently there's been a really big what's it called, prison reform that has benefited especially the black community. Big change. And let's not forget to mention that apparently black unemployment and Hispanic unemployment is at the lowest it's ever been since it's began to be recorded. So there are a lot of good things happening, and I'm not out here telling you what to think or anything. I'm just saying how much of what we buy into is through misinformation, good marketing. And guess what? If you ask most people on the street, just like the pro-choice argument, do you like the president? No, he's a racist. No, he's a misogynist. No, he's a xenophobe. No, he's a horrible human being. And they are misinformed, as in they have no facts. They just have what the media spew to them. But guess what? Because everybody concurs, they could keep living their life fully misinformed. Wow. Super dangerous. Super dangerous. Watch out for that. Challenge yourself. Where are my positions? Why do I hold them? And oh my gosh, what if I get new information that will rock my world and make me change what I think? And oh my gosh, what if what I think is contrarian to most people? Well, guess what? I'm a Christian. What I believe is contrarian to the society we know now, and I'm okay with it. I've always been a black sheep, and I'll be a black sheep wherever I go, and that's fine. And I don't mind standing out in the crowd, because you know what? A free thought is a superpower. Kanye West said that, actually, believe it or not, and I just remembered it because I saw a talk. Free thinking is a superpower. And guess what? I don't know about you. I don't like to live the puny, wimpy stuff. I like to live the superpower stuff. I don't know about you, but I am pushing to be a winner in my life. I literally see all the things that are in me that need shifting, that need changing, things that are inexcusable, that sometimes I keep making excuses, like my eating habits, and I'm just like constantly like berating them and like fighting them and saying this will not own me. So just like my own issues will not own me, just like my own issues will not own me, neither will good marketing, neither will misinformation. I'm going to read, I'm going to learn, I'm going to be challenged, and I'm going to form my opinions based on actual facts. And always challenge my thinking, because if my thinking is good, it's going to hold up to new information. And if new information throws it off, ooh, maybe I need to rethink some things. So anyway, totally like hard things to like hear, I'm sure, or even talk about, because it really makes people uncomfortable. But I said it written in my last post, and I'm going to say it with words here. Discomfort or being in an uncomfortable zone is where winners live. So either you want to be a winner or you want to be a blank, 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 blank. I'm not even going to say the words, because you know what? I believe that anybody listening to me really wants to overcome, really wants to change their lives, really wants to have paradigm shifts, really wants to win. I want to win. You're going to watch me win. And if you want to come along with me, let's do it.